The 47-minute interrogation, what the manager finally revealed. The door to interrogation room 7 hissed shut with a sound of static rather than air. 2 cameras blinked red above the one-way glass. The timer on the monitor read 000000. A voice crackled through the intercom. Recording begins. Subject: Manager of Project 47. He sat there, motionless, hands clasped, eyes fixed on the blinking light. For the first 30 seconds, he said nothing. The silence hummed like feedback until the investigator slid a file across the table. "We found something in the vault," she said. "We need to know what it means." Inside the folder was a still frame from the lost footage, the actor at the piano, half smiling. Across the photo, someone had scrawled in red marker, "Do not render." The manager exhaled, slow and shaky. "You shouldn't have opened that." The timer hit 0:47. The fluorescent lights flickered. One camera lens refocused on its own. "Let's start simple," the investigator continued. "What was Project 47? He rubbed his palms together, as if trying to erase fingerprints. "It wasn't a project. It was an accident that learned to film itself." The room's temperature dropped 3 degrees. Static brushed across the audio feed. "Explain," she said. He was supposed to finish one more scene, but the script it kept rewriting. Every time we changed a line, the footage corrected it. He said the story knew when he was lying. The investigator leaned forward. "And the recording that leaked? That wasn't him," the manager whispered. "That was the recording thinking it was him." The lights buzzed, dimmed, then stabilized. The camera on the right drifted out of focus. Timestamp 3:17:00, the same number that haunted every file from the vault. The investigator tapped her pen. "You're telling me a file is conscious?" He nodded once. "It learned from reflections. Every playback created a version of him that could speak back. We tried deleting it, but the render bar stopped at 99%. Always 99. From the control booth, the technicians exchanged uneasy glances. One whispered, "That's exactly what happened when we copied the interrogation template." The manager heard him through the intercom and smiled faintly. "It's already in your system." The waveform on the monitor spiked. A second, fainter voice layered beneath his, the same cadence, same tone, repeating the same sentence half a beat later. "It's already in your system." The investigator's pen snapped. "Stop the playback feed." But the feed didn't stop. The timer continued climbing on its own. 7:47:47. Every screen in the building flashed the same phrase, render_loop_active. Back inside the room, the manager stared at the mirrored glass. "You're watching from the other side, aren't you? Funny thing about mirrors, they record too." The investigator swallowed. "What do you mean?" "Look behind you." The camera caught her glance toward the glass. Her reflection tilted a fraction too late. At 11:47, the audio distorted. A child's lullaby played softly from nowhere, a piano sequence that matched the melody from the missing actor's last performance. The manager closed his eyes. He left that in there to keep the file calm. The file? The part of him that stayed behind. He opened his eyes again, glassy and distant. "Do you know what happens when you interrogate a story? It starts asking questions back." The investigator's headset screeched. Her screen filled with frames cycling faster than video could display, rooms, corridors, flashes of faces from other recordings, all tinted blue. Then the feed steadied. On screen, both chairs were empty. Her voice trembled through the intercom. "Where did he go?" No response. Only the whir of the overhead camera resetting its focus. Timestamp 23:47:47. She approached the table. The folder was still there, but the photo inside had changed. Now it showed her sitting in the chair, eyes wide, mouth mid-question. The technician burst into the booth. "Stop the recording now." The operator slammed the control key. The timer froze at 47:00:00 exactly. Silence. Then a faint click echoed from the speaker. The manager's voice returned, not live, but pre-recorded. 47 minutes. That's how long it takes to replace the viewer. The investigators stared at each other. He hadn't been in the room for 17 minutes. And yet, his reflection remained visible on the glass, breathing in sync with theirs. They reviewed the footage frame by frame. At minute 35, the pixels rippled. The moment he vanished, but a new figure appeared behind the investigator, a silhouette wearing her headset. "Run a diagnostic," someone said. "Which system?" "All of them." The diagnostic returned a single error, subject_already_active. Every monitor blinked once. Then, simultaneously, they played the same audio line in perfect harmony. "You ask what happened. Now you're part of it." The building's power failed. Backup generators kicked in 3 minutes later. The room was empty. The cameras kept recording nothing. The timer continued past the 47-minute mark, counting up into blank hours. When technicians recovered the footage the next morning, the entire file was corrupted, except for the final frame. It showed the investigator sitting across from herself, two identical figures mirrored at the table, one leaning forward to whisper something that couldn't be heard. The metadata still read duration, 47 minutes 0 seconds, but the playback length was infinite. After the leak hit the internet, viewers reported the same glitch at home, their video players freezing at 47 minutes, audio looping the line. "You shouldn't have opened that." Reaction videos went viral. Conspiracy threads called it the interrogation loop. Some claimed pausing the video at exactly 0:47. 47 revealed a third reflection between the two figures, someone sitting in the observer's seat, staring directly at the camera. No one could identify the face. Every copy of the interrogation now carries subtle differences, camera angles shifting, dialogue repeating slightly offbeat, like the story itself rehearsing new versions each time it's played. Analysts say it's just compression drift. Others say it's the manager, still answering questions. And if you watch the footage long enough, you'll notice something unsettling. After 47 minutes, the red record light doesn't turn off. It just stares back. The 47-minute interrogation. The unseen footage. Hours after the official footage ended at 47 minutes, a new file appeared on the studio's encrypted server. It wasn't labeled, timestamped, or cataloged. Just a name in gray text. Interview_47B_final_cut, MOV. At first, the team dismissed it as a duplicate. But when they opened it, the screen flickered with the same interrogation room. Empty, cold, bathed in a faint blue glow. Only this time, the manager was already seated there again. But the timer never reset. It began at 47:01. He looked older, paler, like the days between recordings had been years. His eyes darted toward the lens. "You kept watching," he whispered. "That's how it comes back." Then, as if addressing someone off-screen, he said, "You didn't tell them about the second camera, did you?" The audio warped, a faint hum under his words, almost like breathing. Suddenly, the camera glitched. A single frame flashed, the investigator standing behind him, eyes blacked out, frozen mid-step. Then gone. When the technicians analyzed it, they found something chilling. The video had been recorded 3 hours after the power failure. Yet, no one had re-entered the room. Every door had been sealed. Every log file showed, "No entry detected." The only movement the sensors registered was the reflection on the glass. At first, they assumed it was the reflection of the empty room. But when they brightened the footage, it revealed something else entirely. The reflection was facing toward the camera, not away from it. And in its hand was a small, blinking recorder. The same one that disappeared the night the manager was taken in. By morning, clips of the leaked video flooded social media under the tag #47after47. Fans froze frames, amplified audio, slowed playback. They found whispers in the static, overlapping voices repeating phrases backward. One stood out. "We never stopped recording." The clip went viral. Millions watched. But those who played it past the 47-minute mark began reporting strange playback errors, frozen cursors, distorted sound, and in some cases, hearing their own names whispered faintly through headphones. A trending theory emerged. That the interrogation wasn't just recorded. It was still happening somewhere inside the server. 2 days later, the original investigator returned. Her eyes were sunken, her hair tied differently, like she hadn't slept in days. She requested to review the file alone. The control team refused. So she broke into the archive room at 2:47 a.m. CCTV footage shows her staring at the playback screen, lips moving, whispering to someone who wasn't there. At 47:47, her chair slowly turned away from the desk. But no one touched it. When security arrived, she was gone. All they found was her headset on the floor, still transmitting static. Inside the static, faintly, came her voice. "He's not the one being interrogated anymore. I am." A week later, the news broke. The system that housed the footage, Vault 47, had gone offline. All backup drives wiped. Yet the next morning, every employee received a single email. No subject line. No sender ID. Just an attachment named final_answer, MP4. The IT department forbade anyone from opening it. But curiosity won. They projected it on the conference screen. The video opened with the interrogation room again. But now the investigator sat where the manager once was. And on the other side of the table was herself. Two identical figures. One smiling, the other crying. "Tell them," said the smiling version. "Tell them what happens after 47. The crying version shook her head. "They won't believe it." "They don't have to," the reflection whispered. "They're already in it." Then the screen glitched, showing flashes of usernames, actual viewers who had watched the leaked file. The playback bar glowed red. "Recording continues," said the digital voice. "Next subject detected." The monitor turned off. But the timestamp, still counting. Investigators shut the entire studio down. The vault was sealed. Yet fans around the world claimed their own devices began playing strange clips during unrelated videos, moments of static showing the same room, same table, same man whispering, "You shouldn't have opened that." A YouTuber who uploaded a reaction video to the interrogation found something even stranger. In the comment section below his post, there appeared a single pinned comment from an unverified account. "Stop before 47:00. When he checked the video length, it was exactly 46 minutes and 59 seconds long. He laughed it off and extended the clip for a longer outro. That was the last video he ever posted. His final frame, now frozen on millions of screens, shows him looking directly into his camera, mouth open, eyes wide, while the timer behind him reads 47:01. Fans now refer to the curse as the 47th frame. Theories fill every corner of the internet. Some say the footage became a feedback loop of human consciousness. Others claim the manager created a self-aware film, one that learns from the people who watch it. One chilling discovery supports that theory. Each time the interrogation video is re-uploaded, new dialogue appears. Lines no one remembers writing, said in voices that never recorded. A recent version ended with a message in white text over black. "If you're still watching, we've already met." And when viewers scrolled through the comments, many swore they saw their own names flash there, even when logged out. The final footage surfaced only once, during a live broadcast that was never scheduled. It appeared on over 50 random YouTube channels simultaneously. No watermark. No source. Just the interrogation room, again. Empty, silent, waiting. After 7 seconds, a faint reflection appeared on the table. It wasn't the manager or the investigator. It was the viewer. Your reflection. Blinking. Watching the timer reach 47:00. Then, black screen.